Hi, I'm Rob. I'm running for VP Media.
Hi, my name is Dan Carver, and I am running for the Vice President Media Officer position for 2019.
So my manifesto was focusing on trying to remove the stigma of media being just kind of like Pulse being just focused on media students. Myself, I'm a non-media student. I come from a software engineering course. I wanted to kind of make it feel a bit more open for anyone to come and join Pulse. Also wanted to try and make it so Pulse work together a bit more on projects, kind of focus on maybe some cross-platform kind of content as well.
So my manifesto, I've got really a three-pronged goal. The first is to turn Pulse Media into a place where students can come and get work experience, regardless of what they want to do, whether it be going to the media or maybe go into something similar. They can get work experience and volunteer here. My second is to make Pulse more accessible. We do this by making sure everyone has, like radio has the best equipment they can use, putting more content online so it's more visible, and making it more easier for students to come in to record stuff for Pulse TV. And my third manifesto point is to just basically create a safe space where students have complete control of their content, where nobody is telling them this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, and just make sure that everyone really has a good time whilst volunteering with us.
Trying to make it so we can get as many people involved, as many students involved in kind of these projects that Pulse couldn't do, especially if they work together. It kind of creates more opportunities for everyone to, for any student to come and get involved.
Oh, my biggest priority is at the moment to get the free platforms to a point where students can come in and begin their volunteering. At the moment, the newspaper is still being released, but there's only a handful of writers, and the TV isn't releasing too much. Radio's doing okay. We've managed to, as station manager, I've managed to get some the new equipment for the radio. But I think what we need to do is we need to have a big meeting, and we need to get together, and we need to say, look, how can we get everything back on level with all three platforms, and where do we go once we've done that? But unless we do that, I come up with all these big ideas and say, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do, but we need the free platforms to actually work first before we do anything.
Because I think I'm a bit different than kind of most people who have probably gone for this role, because as I said, I'm not a media student. I'm someone who's come from a totally different course, something where, yeah, it's messing about with computers and stuff, but it's nothing to do with creating content, all that stuff. So to be able to, I think people might look and find me a bit more relatable, because I'm just another student who's come and shown that I can make a difference.
So I have had 3 years volunteering with Pulse Radio at university. I've worked my way up through the positions. I was operations manager last year, and now I'm the station manager currently. I've also been a course rep for my course for 3 years. So I already know about, speaking to members of staff about any issues that people have had. I've also got industry experience as well in community radio stations, and I've also got experience, a little bit of experience here working for Pulse Television. I've won awards as well. I've got Best Media Newcomer. Well, I was nominated for Best Media Newcomer. I think it was 2017, and I also won Managerial Awards 2018. And as well as that, like I say, I'm not one to sort of say this is what I'm going to do, and, in hopes that people listen to me. I'm not one to back down just because one thing doesn't work. Because of my determination, like I say, the radio station, after 3 or 4 years of students trying, me with the help of the current media officer and student union staff, we've managed to secure radio equipment for the radio, up-to-date software and up-to-date hardware as well. So I have these links with the student union. I can speak to people, and I can listen to the students' concerns and act on them accordingly. And yeah.
wanting to be able to make a change and kind of put my mark on kind of what Pulse is, kind of the future for Pulse as well.
I first got started in this gig of community radio, community media, 4 or 5 years ago, with a station in Ipswich, Suffolk, my hometown. And I really enjoyed it. I've got a little piece of paper from it. And I also realized as well that, you know, given the chance, people have these amazing ideas, and if you give them the chance to do so, and you give them the control of their content, you make sure that they have the access to the equipment they need, they will come up with some incredible things. And I've seen the same for UCLan students as well. And what inspired me to run was, like, I've hopefully, you know, I've got students on work experience doing Pulse Radio with their dream shows. You know, we've got an LGBTQ talk show, a Disney show, we've got a movie review show, you know, fantastic content coming out here. And I'm thinking, I was thinking to myself, you know, I want to help others, you know, in other platforms realize what a lot of people have realized in radio, that actually it's a lot of fun. And, you know, they're getting a lot out of it, and they are getting great work experience from it as well. Everyone who's gone to CJAM from Pulse Radio, a good, like, 8 out of 10 of them got work placements there. So there is that, and there is, you know, that side of things. And it also helps a lot of students as well with, you know, if they're feeling down and out, it gives them something to do to, you know, help them improve their mood. I could go on about it a lot. And I know we're on a time limit, so I'm not. So I guess the best way to, what inspired me to run was this quote from Alan Moore, the comic book writer, and I'm paraphrasing here. I'll try to get as accurate as possible. He says that life is far more interesting if you interact with the world around you and take notice of things that are happening and engaging in the world. So illuminate your little patch of ground. Illuminate, you know, you know, grow something with your music, your art, whatever it is, and, you know, just bring a little sunshine into your own life. And that's what I want. That's what's really inspired me to run for this position, so that I can turn the Pulse Media brand into something where students can come in and illuminate that little part of the university with their writing, with their radio, with their television, with all free or two, or however much they need. That's what I want to bring to the position, and that's what's inspired me to be here today.
Yeah, I did have a think about what I would bring along, and I know it sounds quite simple, but it's simply a CD. But I listen to music quite a lot, and specifically this album was pretty much the soundtrack of my college days, and every time I listen to any of the songs off it, it literally takes me back to that time, and I don't know, it just makes me feel happy. And it's, in my opinion, a really great album, and it's something that I've always gone back to listen to when I've felt a bit stressed, a bit kind of, you know, everything's getting on top of me, and it really helps.
This is my object. This is, okay, so it's going to sound like a massive ego boost, but there is a story to this. I'm not bringing this in to say how amazing I am. This is the certificate that I got from the community radio show in Ipswich. For the best show for an over 25-year-old. It's actually, it was for the Rip Ticket show. Some of you may think that's a bit familiar. That's the same show that we've got going now at Pulse Radio, but I've given it to someone else. The reason this is mine, it kind of shows, if you give someone the time and the equipment, and, you know, you give them complete control, this is the sort of stuff that they can produce, you know, something where someone will take notice and go, oh wow, that's incredible, we have to hand this person a certificate. And, you know, it means a lot, because I look back on where I wasn't feeling too good, wasn't doing very well at all with health, and to have that opportunity by the radio manager of that station to come in and, you know, illuminate my little world with movie reviews and all kinds of crazy sound effects on the radio show was a big help. And if I can do 1/10 of what that person did for me, I think I'll make a pretty damn good media officer. So yeah, that's my special certificate.
Vote Rob Graham, #1, VP Media.
Hi everyone, vote down Carver, #1 VP Media.